That leaves us onto Rogue, doesn't it? Which
It'll do it.
actually, I will admit, is probably the thing what I've read, and I'm a bit like meh. Like I genuinely am not really that interested in the Rogues.
We have some
But
walls of text here, don't we?
yeah, we have some more walls of text,
So
and
let's try and
I
summarize
just
these
don't
as
like
best as we
them.
can.
You can take this one because I'm not going to sound at all like, and
He don't
I'm not.
like it. He don't like it.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not shitting on the Rogue. I just meh.
Hang on. I just need a time code so I can cut this video. So 51 minutes. Oh boy. All right. So all right. Optional class features. You're only going to get one, and that is steady aim. So as a bonus action, you can give yourself advantage on the next attack roll. Uh, let's start that again. So steady aim. So as a bonus action, you can give yourself advantage on your next attack roll on the current turn. So you need to give yourself aim, take your bonus action first, aim, and then attack so that you get advantage. And as we all know, if you have advantage, you get sneak attack. So this is basically virtually guaranteeing you a sneak attack every single round. Kind of takes the tactical thinking element out of the rogue, I think, a little bit, especially if you're ranged. Um,
Boo,
not entirely sure how I feel about that, to be honest.
boo.
I'm leaning towards negative. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Because it
that
makes
was
you stand still as well. You have to stand still if you do it,
yeah.
which
It
is
does
like,
say if you haven't moved during this turn. So
but that's not what a rogue does. A rogue moves. Like that's their job. Like you can't.
well,
I get.
if it's a melee rogue, yeah. I mean, this is designed for a ranged rogue, to be honest, isn't it?
Yeah.
So a ranged rogue
Mhm.
taking cover in their first turn, hiding behind somewhere, finding somewhere nice and safe, and then in the second turn, shooting off with the steady aim. I can see that, but you know that's only something you're going to have to do once. Although, saying this, it really depends on the situation. If you're just completely mobbed, if there's nowhere to hide, you're not really going to be able to use this.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't
It's
know.
gonna be a bit.
I'm neutral on it. I'd like to see it in practice, is what I'd like to see. But anyway, we've got a couple of new roguish archetypes for this. The first one is the Phantom. Um, So, ghostly vibes. Let's go into the first feature. So, you got Whispers of the Dead. And this says, echoes of those who have died cling to you. Whenever you finish a short or long rest, you can choose one skill or tool proficiency that you lack and gain it, as a ghostly presence shares its knowledge with you. Um, yeah. I mean, rogues and bards, their things are proficiencies and expertise. Um, Having a subclass where you can change them is kind of cool, I think. And the flavor to it is really cool. You basically got all of these ghosts in your head, and they're all sharing that knowledge with you. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Gives me.
This would work. This would work incredibly well in a campaign like Strahd with heavy horror themes. Maybe even Icewind Dale. I think that would be kind of cool. But yeah, let's have a look at what else we got. So, Wails from the Grave. As you nudge someone closer to the grave, you can channel the power of death to harm someone else as well. Immediately after you deal your sneak attack damage to a creature on your turn, you can target a second creature that you can see, and roll half the number of sneak attack dice for your level, rounded up, which is new. It's usually round down. And the second creature takes necrotic damage equal to the roll's total. I quite like this, to be honest. It's very unique. It's very unique. I think with Xanathars, there were a lot of things that were the same but different, if you know what I'm trying to say. With this, they're really going to try to go for a lot of things that are completely new, completely
They seem
different.
a lot more. Yeah, they seem a lot more creative. This is giving me Mad Legion vibes. I don't know if you ever
Yes,
watched Legion.
I've not
Like
watched
the
Legion.
all the
I
voices.
thought you were talking about the Legion in Mass Effect, which is basically the same
No,
thing. He's got tens of millions of different geth inside his head.
yeah, and like yeah, so the fact that every person they kill goes inside their head is pretty cool. But I'm
Yeah,
still a bit there like meh. Like it's cool, but is it though? Like it's just a bit.
I think it's kind of cool. Next, you've got at level 9, Tokens of the Departed, and I think this one's cool. When a life ends in your presence, you're able to snatch a token from the departing soul, and you put these inside a trinket. basically. And you can use these trinkets to do specific things. So, while a soul trinket is on your person, you have advantage on death saving throws and constitution saving throws because your vitality is enhanced by the life essence within the object.
Pardon me.
So it's making you harder to kill at level 9 as well. I would expect this later on. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you know, a thing like this that makes you harder to kill, I would have expected earlier on. Later on. Also, when you deal sneak attack damage on your turn, you can destroy one of your soul trinkets that's on your person, and then immediately use Wails from the Grave without expending a use of that feature. That's cool.
It's cool. Bit
yeah.
lackluster, but cool.
Well, there's a whole list of things here that you can choose to use these things on. And then finally, as an action, you can destroy one of your soul trinkets, no matter where it's located. When you do so, you can ask the spirit associated with the trinket one question. So kind of like Speak with Dead. Speaks in a language it knows. It's under no obligation to be truthful. So basically, you get a free Speak with Dead. But this trinket can be anywhere, and you can ask the question from anywhere. That's cool. That's cool. Tons and tons of uses for any campaign, really. So I quite like that. We were quite against the rogue at the beginning of this, but as we're going through it, I'm liking it now that I think about it a little bit more. Next, we've got Ghost Walk. You can phase partially into the realm of the dead, becoming like a ghost. As a bonus action, you assume... You still there, Adderson? Son of a bitch. Technical difficulties again anyway. I think I was talking about Ghost Walk. So you can phase partially into the realm of the dead, becoming like a ghost. As a bonus action, you assume a spectral form. Whilst in this form, you have a flying speed of 10 feet. A lot of things are getting flying speeds in Tasha's, aren't they? A lot of things are getting
flying speeds, swim speeds, and dark vision.
Yeah, you can hover, and attack rolls have a disadvantage against you. You can also move through creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain, but you take 1d10 force damage if you end there. This lasts for 10 minutes, or until you end it as a bonus action, and that's once per long rest, or destroy one of your soul trinkets as part of the action you use to activate Ghost Walk. That's kind of cool. I like this. Yeah. Alright, finally, you've got Death's Friend. So, level 17, your association with death has become so close that you gain the following benefits. When you use your Wails from the Grave, you can deal the necrotic damage to both the first and the second creature. And then at the end of the long rest, a soul trinket appears in your hand if you don't have any soul trinkets, as the spirits of the dead are drawn to you.
It's alright.
You basically become the kid from that film where he sees dead people. Sixth Sense.
Yeah. It's cool. I kind of like it. It's just not like some of the stuff in here is like really like hit me in the face. I'm a bit like, oh, that's fucking cool. And then I was just like, it's alright.
You're not really a rogue player though, are you? I had the same feelings about the monk, to be honest, because I'm not really a monk player. So all of this stuff's going to come down to personal preference. I really like rogues. Rogues were one of the first classes that I played, if not the first class that I played, and I have fond memories of rogues.
I think I'm just too in love with the mastermind rogue to do any other rogue class. Like I love the mastermind rogue.
This Phantom rogue in Curse of Strahd would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I think even in Theros where they have like high spirituality because of like the gods and stuff, it'd be quite cool to have them just about like, yo, your uncle's here. Like at high levels, like
somebody who follows the god of the dead or the god of passage would be that would make an excellent subclass. All right, we got one more for the rogue because there's only two. I think there's only two. Yeah, there's only two.
There's only two. Soulknife.
And this is another one that's quite wordy, so I'll try and do this in as few words as possible.
Can I just do Tasha's thing here? Yeah, Tasha's note here is great. I also have the ability to manifest my thoughts in ways that cut people. I call this power words. I'm like, yes, slay queen, go. Like, she's great.
So
yeah.
This is another kind of psionic subclass. We already had the fighter, which had psionic elements. Now
it hurts.
All right, just shut up. We get it. You don't like psionics, okay? All right, next we got Psionic Power. third level soul life feature. You harbor a wellspring of psionic energy within yourself. This energy is represented in your psionic energy dice. I think the fighter had those as well, didn't they?
Yeah, all Sonics have these like dice, and you can
Yeah,
expend them to like
it's
do
the
certain
psionic
things.
thing. They are d6, and they equal to twice your proficiency bonus. With them, you can do a whole bunch of things. For example, you can do a psi-bolstered knack, which says, when your non-psionic training fails, your psionic power can help. If you fail an ability check using a skill or tool with which you have proficiency, you can roll one psionic energy die and add the number rolled to the check. I'm not sure how useful this would be for a class that has expertise from a very early level, to be honest. I mean,
It says you only expend it if you succeed, so that could be useful.
It says when your non-psionic training fails, and then it says a skill or tool with which you have proficiency. So it's only those things that you're already proficient in, for which you're already getting a high enough bonus for anyway, to be honest. So I'm not entirely sure how useful that would be. I think it would make more sense for those things to be that you aren't proficient in. There's a reason for that decision. I don't know what it is.
It's because of the training aspect. When you're proficient in something, you train it, don't you? So I think they're saying
a manifestation of your muscle memory, perhaps. Who knows?
Yeah.
And then the other one is Psychic Whispers. You can establish telepathic communication between yourself and others. Choose one or more creatures you can see, up to a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus. And then roll one psionic energy die. For a number of hours equal to the number rolled, the chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you. That's cool for third level. Yeah, it's cool for third level. It's probably going to be a whole lot more useful than the psi-bolstered knack, to be honest. Also at level 3, you're going to have Psychic Blades. So you can manifest your psionic power as shimmering blades of psychic energy. Of which there is a lovely little halfling showing that off on the page for us. These magic blades, melee weapons, finesse and thrown to a range of 60 feet. On a hit, it does an extra d6 plus the ability modifier used for the attack roll. So it's not going to use your intelligence. It's going to use your dex or strength. You're probably going to be using dex. The blade vanishes. It's not a physical weapon, but it is going to do an extra 1d6 psychic damage. And the damage is going to scale as you level up. Soul Blades. Your Psi Blades are now an expression, this is level 9, of your Psi-suffused soul, giving you these powers that use your psionic energy dice. So you can do homing strikes. If you make an attack roll with your Psychic Blades and miss the target, you can roll one psionic energy die and add the number rolled to the attack roll. So you basically get to use your psionic dice as bardic inspiration for yourself, which is cool.
Yeah.
Psychic Teleportation. As a bonus action, you manifest one of your Psychic Blades, expend a die, roll it, throw the blade at an unoccupied space equal to up to a number of feet away equal to 10 times the number rolled. So the dice goes up to a d6.
D8 at
up to a d8
5th level.
Yeah, so you can potentially go up to 80 feet away. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. I quite like that. The idea of just it's very Psylocke from X-Men, isn't it? Like, like throwing shit at people and stuff.
You know what? Looking
cool.
at the artwork for this with the pinky purple blade, that's probably what the inspiration was for this class and the artwork. Psychic Veil, level 13. You can sweep your Psychic Blades directly through a creature's mind. When you use your Psychic Blades to deal sneak attack damage to a creature, you can force the target to make a whiz save. If it fails, the target is stunned for 1 minute. That's okay. For a level 17 feature, I would have expected a lot more.
You've just skipped Psychic Veil.
I skipped Psychic Veil. Yes.
That's Rend Mind at 17th level. And then we'll go back now, and then we're done with this, because I'm kind of like, fuck's sake, Psionics need to learn to edit themselves or whatever.
All right,
Me.
Psychic Veil. You can weave a veil of psychic static to mask yourself. As an action, you can magically become invisible, along with anything you are wearing or carrying. It's basically free invisibility.
Is that a thing with invisibility? Like, is there anything that makes you invisible that doesn't do your clothes and shit? Because I've never roleplayed that.
I don't think so.
So why do they keep specifying that?
I don't know. Maybe people keep asking them, and it keeps coming up on Sage Advice. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be those anal DMs that just need to see it written for it to be accepted in their silly little mind.
Well, oh yeah, because if I'm going to cast invisibility on myself, I'm going to obviously forget all my equipment, motherfucker.
Yep, give me a couple minutes to get naked, fold up my clothes, put them in a pile, put them in my bag, and then I will cast invisibility.
Oh, don't worry. This is coming, by the way. There's some of that stuff we were talking about in the future in the pipeline.
Yeah. Adderson's going to complain about everything.